Hey star-powered friends, thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Star Power Alchemy. My name is Alejandra Sofia and I'm tuning in to the total lunar eclipse full moon on Sunday, January 20th, 2019. Today is, and I'm tuning in from today, which is January 18th, 2019. So this lunar moon cycle began with the January 5th new moon partial solar eclipse in Capricorn. And that was it was powerfully, and the energy of that is we're reverberating through that. This new moon occurred, sun and moon conjunction occurred in between a wider Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Saturn and Pluto officially moved into a 10-degree orb of conjunction on December 22nd, 2018. It's the first time being in a conjunction since 1981-82. Saturn and Pluto come together every 33 to 36 years. Powerful. And the last time it occurred in Capricorn, this is the first time it's occurred in Capricorn in a long time. None of us were alive, and we will not get another one. So this is it. Once in a lifetime. We are in a once in a lifetime conjunction. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction from December 22nd, 2018 until its exact conjunction on the 12th of January 2020 at the 23rd degree of Capricorn is the primary theme of this year of 2019, and that's what's reverberating through this new moon. We're really initiating the meaning of what this growth cycle is about. And Saturn and Pluto have everything. They're like the pillars of you gotta get these lessons. You gotta get these lessons if you really want to empower yourself. You're gonna have to, this is the year of clearing the crap. And that means self-confrontation. But it's that word confrontation is very confrontational, right? There's sort of a feeling of okay, I gotta confront. And yes, but please do so with compassion and with empathy. And that means both directions. You confronting yourself, you turning towards yourself and really looking at these issues that it's time to grow up. It's time to mature these pieces that have been denied and avoided, and where you've been scared of looking at yourself and feeling the truth of it. And so it's really a fear of claiming your power. And you need a tremendous crystal clear self-honesty to claim that power inside of yourself. And that's what the primary issue is of this year. It's power and authority. And I promise you take that theme of power and authority and apply it to every area of your life that you're seeing it in. News, definitely the news, right? And politics, power and authority. People's anger, power and authority. People, the clashes that are happening on the planet, power and authority. So, but what we're wanting to get to the true, authentic power and authority that is your own power and authority over yourself, your spiritual birthright. That's what this is about. So the new moon in Capricorn, partial eclipse, at the midpoint essentially of this wider Saturn-Pluto conjunction, extremely potent in ending places in yourself. So for the individual, this is like personal deep soul astrology. Individuals make up families, make up community, make up humanity. So each individual is a world unto itself. It's absolutely essential that if you are a person desiring this world to be a different world, you have a vision. If you have a vision of the world, that's what this time is about. That's part of you really threading in, using your self-empowerment to claim your mission and your purpose. And threading into your vision for the planet, your vision for the future, your vision for your grandchildren. That's if you have grandchildren, if you have children, if you have nieces and nephews, and if you don't have children. I did not birth any children into this world, though I have children very, very near, very close and dear to me in my heart. And so just tuning into children and seeing their future, seeing the world they're going to be living in. And if you're feeling, and this is a year of like, get real with yourself. It's time to get real with evolution. It's time to get real with life. And I'm going to get to the power of this full moon. Just have to superset it up. And so the new moon cycle of this first, so here we enter into 2019. On December 21st, 2018, the natural new year begins on the winter solstice. And winter solstice comes in 2018, boom, we're in a new natural cycle. And synchronistically, we've had Saturn come into a 10-degree conjunction with Pluto. So since December 21st, we have shifted to our next level, and it's reverberating through us on personal and collective ways. But personally, I'm going to speak personally to you. Personally, you're feeling a need to advance yourself. You're feeling it's time to move to the next level. And the next level is personal. It involves making shifts and making adjustments to yourself emotionally, mentally, so that you can physically take care of yourself and spiritually empower yourself. So, just going to pause with that one and feel that one for myself as well. So from me to you the listener, you the audience, each one of you who's listening to me, this the issue is where you are sourcing your power. And Capricorn wants to get real. It's a real cool breeze. I'm discovering so much about Capricorn these days. It's a real cool breeze of a kind of breeze that cools down hot tempers, that cools down emotional tempests. It's that kind of cool breeze, and then it also can be a nice warm breeze when things are too cold and chilly. So Capricorn's also got a nice warm breeze to it as well. And so I'm really describing emotional states, metaphors for emotional states. And so because we're reverberating through a partial solar eclipse, that means what got eclipsed was the sun's light by the moon. These last 2 weeks have been about tapping into your emotions, and really it's about getting control of your emotional states. How do you get control of your emotional states? How do you, so I just said emotional stakes, where you're unconsciously staking into the ground, staking into your choices, staking into these places that you're day by day, moment by moment, you're constantly making choices. And Capricorn, the true Capricorn, the empowered Capricorn in you wants to empower itself and improve itself and go, okay, enough is enough. So these last 2 weeks have been powerfully about possibilities of deep glimpses into your emotion, into your unconscious triggers. Triggers are power points that if you pause, if you learn how to connect with your triggers consciously, then you can go deeper into yourself and illuminate deep patterns of where you are holding creative blocks. It's how you're blocking your creativity, your sun's light, your confidence, your love, your joy, your belief in yourself. That's what the sun is. The sun is the inner radiance of your being and your spiritual birthright as a human being to be all of who you are. So the new moon in Capricorn, inside of this power and authority, okay, we got to really up level and help people remember. I'm going to use that language. Just help people remember that you're a God unto yourself. You're a world unto yourself, and to validate yourself. To validate yourself, that's the key issue, key voice of really turning towards an inner self-trust, an inner intuition, and an inner how you're going to be granted access to these imaginational creative realms of getting real with what you really want to do. And in order for you to do what you want to do, you're going to have to make changes. So that's the constructive part of Capricorns, like making new plans, learning new strategies. Okay, I want to learn this. It really is across the board. Like, oh my God, I've been dreaming of playing guitar all my life, and I've just been denying that. It's on that level, which is bringing me to the total lunar eclipse in Leo. It's about you. So the full moon, total lunar eclipse, is happening at the 1st degree of Leo. That means the day that the sun moves into the sign of Aquarius after leaving Capricorn, and the journey it's just taken in the last. So the sun, so think of the sun as self, your own journey every day of self, you and yourself. And existence moves into the sign of Aquarius. So we literally are we move into a new cycle in a couple different ways. I'll say it's like a sub-cycle. So we've got the new moon, one cycle, and then the full moon's a sub-cycle. And then with the sun moving in to the sign of Aquarius, that has another sub-cycle to it. So there's a lot of cycles within cycles. 1st degree, it's happening at the 1st degree, and that is an I am degree frequency. It's a thrusting, excuse me, I'm still releasing a cold from last week. It's a thrusting frequency. It's a burning frequency. It's a 1 frequency. So 1, I, in the sign of Leo, which is the core life stream. It's a living life stream that flows through all of us. The core, it is the ultimate place of self, and self has a multidimensional aspect to it. Self is, it's not just an aspect. Self is multidimensional. Self is multifaceted. If you want to live the life of your dreams, or if you're continuous stumbling blocks upon yourself, this is a time, we are inside of a time that now, in these days right now, of getting real with what juices you up. What excites you? What do you love? What have you been lonely? Why are you, lonely and depressed and bored and all these things that it's just where you're undervaluing yourself, you're undervaluing who you are. It's about valuing yourself. It's about really clearing up I feel some real strong potentials for a lot of people to just have really personal, deep insights into themselves, into yourself, of just, I love this, and this is who I am. I love this. And the things you need to do to create bridges. Aquarius is a bridge builder towards those places that you're claiming for yourself, because Leo claims. So to bring that example back about the guitar, I've been wanting to learn how to play guitar all my life, and whatever. Well, all the reasons why it stopped you. Maybe you get impatient. Maybe you don't really believe you can be as good as anyone else, or you're getting competitive. Oh my God, it's just all these lunar unconscious things that are just needing to be released and getting real with yourself, so that you can be create the space, create the time. So Capricorn, Saturn, to carve out of I'm getting real with this. I love this and I want this. And every day. So this is also about rewiring your brain. Aquarius, neuroplasticity, neuroscience, epigenetics. You can change your reality now. Right now. You can be inside of a habit. Right now. You can be inside of a habit, doing something you've done for a long, long time, and it's not getting you anywhere. It keeps getting you into the same places, into these eddies of your creativity. So it's about streamlining your energy, letting your energy flow and open up your thousands of rivers of light, your nadis, your meridians in your energy body, to release them and allow for your rainbow bridge, your chakras, your energy body. So they're all the colors. Just gonna make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So That was unplanned. That was impromptu. But there, you know, and there it is, the rainbow bridge of your energy body, and the core chakra is your heart. Leo, the lion, your confidence, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth. All those things, this dynamic energy of you just being like claiming your ground. First degree of Leo, this is the most primal Leo frequency. The first degree of Leo is just basic. It's just, this is me. This is who I am. I'm a writer and I'm not writing. Or I'm a writer and all I'm doing is writing in a journal and I'm not sharing it with anyone. I've got bigger dreams. I want to write a book. I want to write, you know, I'm a claiming these places and finding words that really fill you up with passion, that really activate you and resonate with you. So when you find your power word, or you find when I say find, when you connect with it. So that brings me into the multifacetedness of Leo, of selfhood, of what this Leonian life stream is, of core selfhood is. And I literally saw this the other day in a way I have never seen it. And what I saw was like, oh, right. We're kind of like, we're like jigsaw puzzles. But the way I saw selfhood is like when you begin to create that bridge of the confidence, it's this golden pillar, staff of life, but it's this energy. And the best way I can really describe it is it's just this beam of light in your being that's connecting you. And when you connect into me and love and confidence and self-empowerment, core power, it literally is all those things, core power, but it's physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, but when you connect into it, there is this linking that happens between the earth and your spiritual self. And I saw it like Legos, like these little Legos people that I used to play with in the late 70s, that they just, when you lock your Lego person in, you know that feeling when you're kind of just at the first moment when you're just searching for the lock in, and then boom, you lock it in and you're like, and it's exact. That's how I feel That's how I feel what Leo is, and what this time is right now, that we're locking into ourselves. And it's like a threading together. It's a, of core self. And so that's the power that we're inside of. And again, it's you juicing yourself up, your willpower, you creating willpower, you choosing. It's like that. Change happens like that. Whatever you're doing right now in your life that you need to stop doing, and you need to put up boundaries in relationships. And as I spoke of in my astrology for the week ahead, from last Monday to January 14th to January 20th, it's a week of rooting to rise, rooting to meet expression, standing up to meet your fears. And that's fundamentally, absolutely, here we go, standing up to say yes to yourself, standing up to claim your ground. Put your claws out in a way that doesn't necessarily need to be threatening to other people. It's not that. It's just you defining your boundaries. It's self-definition. So absolutely clearing up places where you're not communicating. And it is actually, communication is an essential place that's getting cleared up. As you're clearing up your communication channels with yourself, then you can communicate yourself more clearly in your environment. If you're cloudy inside and you're confused inside and you're in denial inside and you're in avoidance inside of yourself, and there's just all these old emotional places that haven't gotten cleared up, the moment, all you got to do, boom, make a new connection, and you start creating a new neural network when you're literally rewiring yourself. That is what this is about, rewiring yourself for happiness, rewiring yourself for self-empowerment. And that's the Aquarius side of Leo, with the sun in Aquarius shining into the Leo moon that's being eclipsed by the earth. So that is where I feel in this ongoing earth project, new earth is rising, the feminine is rising to rebalance out relationship with masculine, everything's changing. So now going just super collective because individuals are shifting, increases in interest in mind, body, health and wellness, revolution on the increase, individuals waking up, claiming these places of play, moving from like, oh, that's always just been a hobby for me, I can't really take it seriously. So really taking self-claiming and proclaiming your ground, because that is what Leo is. Leo the pussycat, Leo the lion, that's just like, this is my ground. And maybe, look at cats, look at pictures of cats and tigers and lion and how they claim their ground and really feel their spiritual essence. Feel the spiritual essence of lions and lionesses. Just tune in and feel it. And that's it. That's the place. So there we go. There's my attunement, and if you're interested in personal readings with me, please contact me. You'll get a very powerful reading, insightful reading, personal reading to help you understand yourself and clear yourself. And you can email me at starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. Check out my website, starpoweralchemy.com. And I'm all over social media as Star Power Alchemy. So just go there. So thank you very much, and thanks for tuning in.